Good afternoon to all of my friends and the Honorable Lecturer, Mr. Ahmad Zamzam. Today we are from Group 1. We'll present our analyzing about two-sided argumentative essay. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce our group member. Number one is there's Nadia. Second one is Puji Snaini. Next, Nita Pujiana. And the last is me, Ninyo Masita Lasmi. Today, in this occasion, we will present the result of our analysis of the two-sided of the argumentative essay, where we analyze it start from the introduction paragraph or introductory paragraph, the body paragraph, and the last is concluding paragraph. And this is the full text of two-sided of argumentative essay that we have analyzed before. The title of this text is Should Parents Educate Their Children at Home? And this is the first slide, that introductory paragraph. In the introductory paragraph, there's three components that must be present. Number one is hook, background, and thesis statement. Start from the hook. We can see this hook, the sentence is really interesting and grab the reader's attention. This is a really nice and interesting opening sentence of the introductory paragraph. And for the two-sided argumentative essay, that is, in Britain, some parents are now choosing to educate their children at home. The second one is background. There's the background. Judging from the choices of the words as used by the author in this text, it's closely related to the hook and to the topic. Then this background is very appropriate to the thesis statement. And the last one, the most important, is thesis statement. In the thesis statement, there are three components has fulfilled that are clear, specific, and debatable. We can see in the thesis statement, however, despite the various arguments that have been put forward for home tutoring, this is, I will argue that it is better for a child to be educated at home, at school. In this thesis statement, there's two-sided of argument, that pros and cons. About to send their children at school or at home. And the next slide is body paragraph will be presented by Nadia. Nadia, the time is yours.
Okay, the body paragraph. Number one, the point. Firstly, parents feel that their children will be able to reason their potential better if they can learn at their own rate and counteract of specific subject. The point in the text, more contracted with studying at the home. Number two, support. For example, there have been cases of children who have gone to university as young as 12 or 13 because they are especially given and have opted out of the school system. The support in the text, many children at the young age are opting out of the school system. Number three, the point. The point parents feel that they will also be able to protect their children from harmful influencer they money encounter at school if they kept them at home. The point in the text, to project their children from harmful influencer. The last one, the tile. The tile problems such as truancy and drugs are common, and adolescents particularly can be led astray by their peers. The detail in the text, problems such as truancy and drugs. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia. And the next slide is cons that will be presented by Puji Isnaini. Puji Isnaini, the time is yours.
Okay, cons of body paragraph. The first point is in the complex sentence. First of all, children are isolated at home. At school, on the other hand, they are able to socialize and meet people of different age and so become increasingly independent. Children also need their peers to subjects like sport and drama. The point in the text, children are isolated at home and the support improve social skills, increasingly independent. The second one, another important point is that school have more resources and equipment than can be provided at home, such as libraries, sport equipment, and laboratories for science experiments. And the point, school have more resources and equipment and support, such as libraries, sport equipment, and laboratories. And the last, a final argument is that school can offer much wider range of subject and expertise than parents can provide on their own. Parents would need to have a whole range of professional knowledge in science subject like physics and chemistry to English literature and economics. And the point, school can offer a much wider range of subject and expertise and support. Parents would need to have a whole range of professional knowledge in same subject. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you for Puji Isnaini. And the last slide is concluding paragraph will be presented by Nita Pujiana. Nita Pujiana, the time is yours.
Okay. In the third component or the last component is the concluding paragraph, where in the concluding paragraph, in the argumentative essay, especially in the two-sided, there are three parts. The first one is summary. The summary is, to sum up, it seems that education at school is preferable to learning at home. In the point, to sum up, it seems that education at school is preferable to learning at home. The second part is restatement of the thesis, where in the thesis statement is, however, despite the various arguments that have been put forward for home tutoring, this essay will argue that it's better for a child to be educated at school, where in the restatement of thesis is explanations with the different words. The point is greater benefits from going to school. Okay, the last part is recommendations, where the recommendations in the text is there may be particular cases where home tutoring would be advantageous, such as for severely disabled children. However, for the vast majority of children, there are greater benefits from going to school, where this is a difference between the concluding paragraph in the one-sided and with the two-sided. When in the one-sided, they must include a restatement of the thesis, opinions, suggestions, and predictions, where in the two-sided, there must three parts. The first one is summary, restatement of thesis, and the last one is recommendation. I think that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the explanation, Nita Pujiana. And that's all about our presentation about analyzing two-sided argumentative essay. Thank you for the time and place that given to us to explain this material. Thank you for all of the friends and Mr. Zamzam. We would like to apologize if there is any mistake or a wrong road that we will that we present before. Last but not least, we would like to say thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.